everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Piranha Grinder. I have a 2.5-inch 4-piece grinder for you here. Ranges in price from about $35 to $40, which is not too bad for a grinder. Comes in a couple different colors. It comes in a black, a blue, a cyan, a green, a silver, a red, and a gray. This is the light blue or the cyan color. It's pretty lightweight, which is nice. The top is magnetic, which is awesome, so it's not going to come apart while it's upside down. So if you do travel with it and you do have anything in there, even just like some loose pollen at the bottom, it's not going to come apart and get all over the place, which is nice. So I like that. I do like the little piranha on the front of it. He's pretty cute. So on the inside here we have couple different compartments. The first one is going to be your standard grinder compartment. It's going to have your teeth on the top and teeth on the bottom. They are pretty small little teeth, but they are very sharp, so that I like. It has some notches in here, so it gives it a little more of some movement when you're grinding. It has 2 different hole sizes, which I like, as far as being able to get it broken up and it having, you know, good consistency for when you're rolling, or if you put it into a vaporizer, or you know, into a bowl, what have you. So that I like. Like I said, the magnetic is nice. It just kind of pops right back on there. And even, you know, I have to give it some force to get it off. So it's not just going to come off anywhere. So that's good. It's gonna have your next layer, which is gonna be your area for your catching. It's gonna fall through these holes here, different sizes, which is nice. Like I said, it has some of the circular and then some of these more elongated oval shapes, which are nice. And it's gonna fall in here. This is not very deep, but it's nice. I mean, it has enough room, has a nice screen here, and that'll go down to the bottom compartment, which we'll get to in a second. So this is nice. It does have a lot of turns to get it to close, which I'll get to next. So on the bottom here, this is where it's going to collect your pollen or your keef. This is really nice for those of you like me who like to save a little bit, and you can add it to different things like putting it in a joint or a bowl, putting it in a blunt throughout it, putting it in layers in your vaporizer. That's really nice to do. So that's cool. I like that it's not too deep, so I'm gonna be more inclined to use more of it quickly. That I really like. But I don't really like that it's not rounded on the inside here. As you can see, there is little corners. It does come with this handy little tool, which is nice. You can see that there, and it does have little sharp edges, so it is gonna get in the corners here. But I have a couple concerns about this little tool here. My concerns about the tool is that do you leave the tool inside here and then it's gonna get keef or pollen all over it, and then it's gonna get dirty. Not only is it gonna get dirty and you're gonna get all over your fingers, but now you have it collected on this plastic piece, which is gonna be even harder to get off. So that's a concern. My other concern is if I put it somewhere, where am I going to put it? Because I feel like this little piece in the land of Stoner Abroad is going to get lost. So that I do not like. It's great that they provide it for you, but I feel like rounded edges on the inside would make a better improvement for this grinder. As far as the turning aspect, which I talked about a second ago that I was going to get back to, you can see that there's a large gap here, and it's because you have to turn it 8 to 9 times full turns turns in order to get it to close. So that I feel like is pretty excessive. I have a couple grinders, and I've used a number of grinders that have just a 1/4 turn, and it's nice. You want to close it pretty, tightly to get it to lock. But I feel like 8 to 9 is a lot, and it's kind of annoying, especially if you're wanting to be more on the go. It's kind of tedious to keep opening it like that. So that is my good and my bad about this one. I think that it's, tedious as far as the opening. I feel like for the teeth, they could be a little bit bigger, but we should put something in here and see what we get. So without further ado, let's put some in here. And everything obtained that we're going to use in all of my videos is going to be a product that I have obtained through my medical marijuana card. I definitely believe in making sure that you are being legal and safe with your medicine. So make sure that you are obtaining it in a legal way. So I'm gonna put some in here. I'm gonna close the lid and I'm gonna do some grinding. I always have a habit of tapping the top of it for some reason. So here it is, and it has not fully gone through. Seems like something that's going to be an issue is that the center here where these two magnetic pieces stick, you're going to get stuff caught in there, so that's going to become an issue after a while. I didn't really get much to go through, kind of tapping it through here to see, you know, what actually makes it through those little pieces here. There's just some stuck in the top. I'm gonna put it back on and go for a second round. One more tap. And that looks a little better. There's still some stuck up in the top here, like you can see, and then along the bottom. So we're gonna open it up now and see what it caught for us. A lot of turns. So as you can see here, it's nicely ground up. It's still pretty fluffy, so it didn't break it. It's not like your typical using your hands or scissors, which is definitely the older methods, where it's not going to be as efficient because it's not getting consistently broken up. So this does look nice. It's not like using acrylic grinders where it just kind of shreds it. This definitely makes it, you know, ground a lot fluffier, which is nice. And then it's going to collect the pollen here down on the bottom. So that I really like as well. As far as my personal opinion, I think that it has some different size holes on the bottom here. So you can see that it's going to give you a little bit of a variation, which is kind of nice. It's nice for when you're packing a bowl, but not necessarily nice if you are packing it into a vaporizer or rolling it into something you kind of want a little more consistent and a little more broken up. The other thing that I don't really like about it is that it takes so many turns to get it on and off. And you have to feed it just right. So you're looking at about 8 to 9 different turns. I guess that's kind of a good thing since it's not really going to fall apart and fall open like if you're traveling with it, taking it somewhere, but it's kind of a pain and it's a little annoying to me because I feel like it's overkill. 3 to 4 maybe, but 8 to 9 is a lot. It has the same thing on the bottom here, which again is annoying because it's a lot of just turning, and that's frustrating. For $35 to $40 retail, this is a good entry-level grinder. It's not too heavy. I'm not concerned about dropping it and breaking it, which is nice. You have that issue with wood and acrylic grinders and definitely cheaper metal grinders. So I kind of wish that it would have ground a little better just because there's some pieces just kind of hanging out here that should have just gone through. But overall, I feel like it's, you know, a pretty good entry-level grinder. So there you have it.